morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Hope you're doing well today. It's been a weekend of mixed emotions, it's fair to say. We had the dreadful performance against Newcastle. We had the complete elation of our lovely Spurs ladies making it through to the FA Cup final. Whoop, whoop. And then we had the, I suppose, what can we say? The kind of enjoyment of seeing... Sorry, my cat's just knocked the cock claw off. I hope that's not an omen. Of seeing the Arsenal crumble begin. It's definitely been a weekend of all sorts of emotions. So, Jimbo, first of all, I'll come to you. How are you feeling?
Yeah, not too bad. Still got my cold, but it's not. I wasn't as blocked up this morning as I have been, but it's still not good. So hopefully, I've still got time for the North London derby for it to clear up.
Good. And Mr. Chang, how are you doing?
Sorry for that little delay. I was just sorting out my microphone and my audio to make sure they do not overlap. I'm doing very well here. Could have been a lot better, truth be told, if it weren't for the early fixture kickoff debacle that ended horribly for us fans. But I'm feeling slightly better today, thanks to the ladies' achievement of making it to Wembley for their first ever FA Cup final, thanks to a late dramatic Martha Thomas winner against Leicester City. And speaking of the ladies, we have royalty
The
here
Queen.
herself, Queen Elly.
Oh my God.
The Queen herself,
So
who I've just finished my introduction. Take it away, Queen Elly.
So sorry, I'm going to tell you the truth. I was on Dan's show and it got a bit heated, right? And then I couldn't find the link because I've got all the videos I've done. I've only sent you about 10, haven't I? But there's about 50. And
Bloody Laura.
I was going back and I was saying, where's the StreamYard link? And I couldn't find it. I must have flicked past it. Then I come back down and then I found it.
I'm going to be... Are you feeling good, Ellie?
Yeah, and I've been watching all the Spurs ladies' celebratory victory videos, which are absolutely brilliant. I love them.
They really are.
I posted them to quite a lot of people, so they would have seen them. Yeah.
Let's have a look before we start the show. Let's have a look who's in the chat. We've got Chrisandro saying, "Come on, you Spurs are on their way to Wembley." What a game! What a day! Exactly that. We needed that as Spurs fans. We needed it. Not that it stopped everyone having meltdowns, but it's still nice to have something to scream about. Shemtan says, "Good morning, Princess Kate and Sir Jim. At least the Spurs, ladies did it, of course. Big up, Mark. Your ladies, even they got beat.
I was the last time I checked.
Woo! Phil P says, "Woolwich crumble to lift Jimbo's spirits." Exactly that.
Yeah.
Big love, Lee Smithy Smith. Hope you're feeling better. Good afternoon, Mia. Hope you're well. Good morning, Princess Kate, Sir Jimbo, Queen Ellie, and the youngest looking old man, Mr. Chang. Well, at least the ladies are showing us how to play and win. They were amazing. Completely agree. We need to give Villa credit. I was listening to a channel before the game and no one was giving them a chance, like they don't have quality players. Yeah, I thought Villa were exceptional yesterday. And I think Arsenal underestimated them completely. Big up Destiny. Your ladies done well. I knew they would, but shame Gracie Clinton can't play. Yeah, she's cup tired, isn't she? So she can't play in the final.
What
Such a shame.
Eh? If I was Gracie Clinton, I'd put a mask on. I'll put a mask on, pretending I'm one of the players on the bench.
Exactly. Big up, Steve. Hope you are well. Big up, Couva Bear. Hope you're good. That's for you. Hi, Lee. Stay from TV. Good to see you. Poor first 20 minutes, and I'm not one to blame the ref. After the first 20, we were the better team. Just poor start and 2 poor goals. Okay. Hey, Kate, Jimbo, Elly and Chang. Hope you're well. Big up, Spurs GCTV. And Steve saying that the irony of Conte sympathising. Let's not go there just yet. Let's not go there. And Joey Barton is solid and out. There we go.
Can I say I liked Conte's blue eyes?
I didn't like anything about that
I
little
liked
man.
his blue eyes. He had lovely
It's-
eyes.
Mm.
Oh well,
I
at
have to
least
say that.
he's got something going for him. But
Yeah.
before we can only start one place. We've got to start with the good first. Tottenham
Yeah.
women making history by reaching the FA Cup final.
Oh,
Ellie, you were there.
oh my God.
What was it
there.
like?
It was so brilliant because there was loads of families there. There was loads of young boys there who came, like they're like scouting groups, you know, like from the Scouts and what are the other ones called?
The Beavers and
yeah,
the Cubs.
Beavers, yeah. They were all there, right? And it was fantastic atmosphere. It was really friendly. Yeah, and when I got into the ground, it was a really good atmosphere. And you could feel the buzz. And then the trumpeter came out. Da, na, 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 na. It was so good. And all the flags and everything was brilliant. And then the game started. And it was like a bit of them, a bit of us, a bit of them, a bit of us. And then we sort of, I reckon the second half, the last, say, 25 minutes, we took hold of the game. Yeah, and we stepped it up. We took off Gracie Clinton, which I didn't agree with because she was playing really well. But I thought he's got a method in his madness, this Swede, Robert Villaharm, right? And he puts on Nilden, he puts on Charlie Grant, and they added a bit of flavour. Yeah, so... Yeah, and I was really happy, and I knew 100% that Martha Thomas would get on the top score sheet because that player, she's like Højbjerg.
Oh no!
There you go. What I mean by that, she'll give it her all. She's not the most perfect player, but she'll give it her all, and she's got the Scottish fire in her belly, right? And she got up and she scored the winning goal in extra time. It was such an incredible feeling. I don't know what it was like for you guys watching it on the TV, but when you're actually in the stadium, it was brilliant. And then all the players came around. They kept their distance a little bit more, the players, which I could understand because it's a bigger crowd and you don't know what you're going to get through. Yeah, but a lot of the players came over. Becky Spencer came over. She knew a few people in the crowd. She was signing autographs for all the little kids, which was lovely. But it was such a good spectacle for a game, you know. And you saw from, you know, I suppose you're going to show a few of my videos, but you saw from the videos how excited everybody was even before the game, you know. So I really enjoyed it, guys. It was such a brilliant experience. And to get to the FA Cup final, it's the best feeling you can have in the world, isn't it? For all those girls who contributed throughout the FA Cup run, they all played their part. I just feel sorry for Gracie Clinton because she's going to have a mixed bag, isn't she? Because she's still a Man United player, but she's on loan to us.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I hope she wants Spurs to win.
I have to agree with Drula here and say I thought Jessica Naz was unbelievable.
Oh no. And I don't like to call out Jose, but he said she played pants, and I said, "What game are you watching, Jose?"
What?
He goes,
What's
he
he
thought
talking
she was
about?
going to be taken. Maybe he got the wrong player. I don't know. But Naz was yes, she was losing the ball a few times, but who didn't? Right?
Exactly.
But the way she was running for the team, creating space for other players, that's what you don't see on TV sometimes. You know, and her tenacity and her willingness to get on the end of that ball and score that superb goal. Brilliant. I love her.
A very nice lady on TikTok called Shah Footy said I could share this on the channel. Nice thing about this girl, if anyone is on TikTok, go follow her, Shah Footy. She said we can always use her videos. She follows the ladies everywhere, so she's given us permission to use her videos, which is excellent.
So good.
But Ellie did a lot of interviews before the game, and I've got a few of them.
My battery ran out, as I told you, didn't I? So I couldn't film anything else because I forgot this, Kate. I forgot this.
Oh, okay.
I typed it all up. It was all ready and I forgot it. Stupid.
Yeah. But we did get a lovely video of Ellie getting.
There we go, Kate. I'm in the stadium. Woo! It's a brilliant atmosphere. Oh my God. It's so lovely. Look at that. There's 11 minutes to kick off. Come on, you Spurs. Woo! Look at all the lovely Spurs fans. Come on. But just the girl loves Spurs. Come on. Woo! Now, Kate, as you can see, there are tickets still available, right? But it's going to be a sellout crowd. I think they just closed the second tier and the third tiers. The bottom tiers are open. I'm not sure over there. Yeah, it's just the bottom tier. It should be about 30,000, maybe 40,000 crowd. So there's a lot of fans come down from Leicester as well. Everybody's got their flags, as you can see. Isn't it marvellous? A great atmosphere here. Come on, you Spurs women, let's do it. Let's get to the final.
Do you know, what I thought was nice is that Leicester paid for all the coaches for the Leicester fans, which is so nice.
Yeah, and I saw one of them come in at Northumberland Park's parking lot, and all the Leicester fans came off the bus, sorry, and I said, Gary Lineker wants you to win. I shouted to them. And they went,
Kate, that Char Footy, how do you spell her name?
Char.
Oh, Footy.
Yeah, I have put her in the title of the video.
I might be a subscriber already, but I'll check.
Yeah. She's a nice girl. Best comment on WhatsApp yesterday was, if the ladies win a trophy, it will bring the club into disrepute. Honestly. I've got what I am going to do is, Ellie did so many brilliant videos with kids and their families. Is there any one particular one you want me to play, Ellie, that you've sent me?
Can you play the boy on the wheelchair, Tom? He's fantastic. Tom. Yeah.
Okay, we'll play this one. All the others will go into the video. Yeah, well, I'll put into a video, and then you can all check them out if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello, Tom.
Hello.
Very, very welcome. You've got a lovely Spurs shirt on there, I can see. It's a lovely day, and we've made history by making the FA Cup semi-final. I used to be a Spurs lady myself.
Okay.
I didn't tell you that before, just in case you want my autograph. Right, so it's going to be a tough game today. How do you see it going?
3-0.
Lovely. I love that. I love that, Tom.
3-0. The scorers will be Bethany England.
Yes.
And Martha Thomas.
Lovely Scots lady. Yeah, she's going to bang one in for us.
Grace Clinton, is she playing today?
Yeah, she's
Grace
playing.
Clinton, so 3 goals, 3 separate players.
Lovely. And Gary Lineker was on telly today, and he's back in Leicester because he's a Leicester boy. What do you think of that?
I know, with that, absolutely poor.
Very
poor form,
isn't he?
Yeah.
We paid his wages for about 6 years. All right. Thank you very much,
That's
Tom.
all right. Have a good
It's been
day.
a pleasure speaking to you. Enjoy the match.
I will do. Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye-bye.
Do you know what? There's some absolutely brilliant videos, some lovely ones with the kids as well. But like I say, I will be uploading them onto the page. There's too many to play, but it was just a brilliant day by all accounts. Chang, did you watch the match?
Yes, I did. I watched the full 90 minutes up until it was something like 9 p.m. Local Southeast Asian time, and then I had to rush home. I had to rush back up to Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia, in order to make it for Mr. Alan Clark's, I believe it was 12 midnight or it was 11 p.m. Members calling show yesterday. He brought it forward 24 hours earlier. He was supposed to have it today, but he did it yesterday. But unfortunately, I couldn't make that. But I was following. I was actually, surprisingly enough, I was actually listening into the match review for our Newcastle game on We Are Tottenham TV, and Ben and Sim were doing like a semi-live watch-along on BBC while they were doing their match review. And you have no idea how glad I was when I think it was Ben. Oh, no, sorry. It was Simeon. Simeon announced that Martha Thomas had netted a very late winner in the second period of extra time. And despite me driving, I was physically just doing. I was one hand here and I was one hand fist pumping while I was driving up. Of course, it's not the best thing to do. Thankfully, I was only listening in to them on their live review of the Tsunami away game. But what a feeling it is. Who would have guessed that the women would have actually made it into a FA Cup final ahead of the men? That is just bonkers. And it is, and make no mistake about this, this is Robert Villaham's first full season in charge of ladies, and he's already made it to a cup final. So congratulations to him. Up the Spurs. I think we are facing United, aren't we? I think we are facing United.
Yeah, Manchester
May.
United ladies, yeah. 12th
That is
of
correct,
May,
yes. So
the day before my birthday it is, so it's got to be a good sign.
I have to ensure that both my daughters witness history in the making, regardless of whether we leave the cup or not. Just to make it to an FA Cup final is a privilege, and for Spurs women to actually do it ahead of the men, I need both my daughters with me to witness this spectacle. Back to you, Mrs. Boxall.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's one for the kids and for the girls. I mean, it just shows where women can go, and it also shows that if you want a job done properly, get a woman to do it. That's all I'm going to say. Jimbo, you got any thoughts on the match yesterday?
No, I enjoyed it. It was excellent.
It was
excellent.
Good.
It's a bit emotional, really, watching it, seeing them get to the final. It's not because they got there before the boys, just because it's made history. So I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
And Elly, you must be feeling a real sense of pride because you used to play for the ladies. So you're muted though. I can't hear you.
Hang on, she's finding the button. Okay, we can hear you now. We can hear you perfectly.
Today. Right, so sorry, because we had a little power outage. I don't know what happened there. So I lost you. I don't know whether you noticed that you lost me. Right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, what was the question again?
I said you must feel a real sense of pride because you used to play for the ladies.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because, right, so everybody knows I was born and bred in Tottenham. Right, so I've got Tottenham in my blood anyway, because my blood is blue and white, not red. Right, and playing for the girls from 1974 to 1984, and I know Kay Lovelock. I've seen her loads of times. Sue Sharples. They got notoriety from the club, and I was a little bit jealous in a way because our manager Peter Daly, he was trying to get notoriety from the club to make us recognised. And in those days, it was very hard for women in general. And you saw, I don't know whether you saw the England ladies, they didn't even get caps in those days, right?
Yeah.
So the game has moved on from then, and it's moved on in a positive way. And I'm so proud of not just the team I played for, but for our club in general on the ladies' side, because they've put in a lot of hard work and a lot of hard graft on that coaching training pitch, because I saw it firsthand when I was invited up there quite a few years ago, but you can see the difference now, right, in the way they play, right, and they play very attractive football on the front foot, always looking to go forward. So I'm so happy for Robert Villaham as well, because he's made a big difference. And it's a bit unfair they say Ange ball, because it's not, it's Rob ball, right? Yeah, and I'm so proud of the team. And like when we go there, Kate, to interview the girls very soon, we're going to get the pass to go there by the very nice gentleman. And I'm just waiting for a couple of boys to come back to me so that we can get it on a major channel, because that's what they want at Spurs. You know, it's a shame because like us as a smaller channel, they should really. But I will put it to them, Kate, that we want, because we're ladies as well. Which
exactly, that's what I was just going to say.
Yeah, so they should take that into consideration. So when I do my email, and you know my emails, they're really good.
I do.
Yeah, my emails are better than when I talk, because sometimes when I talk I get muddled. But the main thing is that we've got to the final now. We're in it to win it. Like I said to the older lady, we're not here to make up the numbers. We've got to go and win that trophy and bring it back to White Hart Lane now. And even if we don't, I'll still be proud of them because of the way they play. You know, it's very attractive style. So come on, you Spurs ladies. Well done. Cool.
Yeah, exactly that. So yeah, Elly has arranged. It's not a date yet for us to go to the training ground. Is that right?
Yeah, and to interview Robert Villaham, I've asked for, and 3 Spurs ladies. So I haven't asked for the name yet, but I asked 3. So I'm gonna. It's a bit unfair to put the name. So whoever they give us, I think.
Yeah.
They're probably going to give us Beth England because she's the captain. So I'd imagine they'll let us interview Beth England, which is going to be an honour because she's a fantastic player. You know, she was at Chelsea. And we bought her for a record signing of £250,000, which is big money in the ladies' game. So so I'm so happy. Like all we have to do is arrange it now. So I'll get back to them. I thought I'll leave it this week because they're celebrating, and next week I'll do the email.
Yeah, good thinking.
Yeah.
She won the FA Cup with Chelsea, didn't she?
Yes, she's won the FA Cup and she's won league titles as well. And do you know what? She used to play in Bradford. Yes, that's where she's from. Yeah, so you know what? She's a northern girl, but if you saw that video of her celebrating in our training ground, honestly, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, as long as you play for the badge, innit, Jim?
Yeah.
As well. You play for our Spurs badge, which she does. She gave her all in that game. She's a bit unlucky as well not to be on the score sheet, but I love them all. I love every single one of those Spurs ladies. They've done us proud.
Yeah, they certainly did. Now let's hope the men can follow next season and do something amazing. We might as well, while we're on to Tottenham, we might as well jump onto the other end of the spectrum and go to the Tottenham men, who unfortunately got beaten 4-0 at the weekend by Newcastle. And as predicted, the meltdown has been absolutely monumental. Chang, I'll come to you. Are you free, Chang, or are you on a call or something?
I'm sorry about that. I was just settling some work. I was just settling some paperwork, but it's all done now. You have my full and undivided attention from between now to the end of the show.
I'm going to ask you what your thoughts were on the game on Saturday.
This is a rather strange match for me to unravel because I believe this is the first time I've actually missed a watch along. Not because I wasn't ready or I wasn't prepared or was not free. I was more than ready, but somehow or other, I think either Mr. Sievers or Senor Garcia misplaced the StreamYard link. And despite my numerous attempts to try and get through, I couldn't get onto the live watch along over at El Tal Cockerel and Talk and Ball. So I ended up watching the first half by my own lonesome self. And I'm so glad I did it by myself with no one to watch what went down, because it was another half of 2 halves, much like the Nottingham Forest home league game. The first half, I thought we created enough chances to have maybe put away 1 or 2 of those decent chances. I know it's quite unfair for Timo Werner to be, how should I say this, made a scapegoat for missing what looks like a decent half chance that cross early floated in from the right by Brennan Johnson, but it was difficult to control at height, and he decided to go with his feet rather than hit it, and I think that's what helped. That's what caused him to sky the ball. And then, before I knew it, I think it was just past the half-hour mark, a long ball over the top. Destiny Udogie should have the beating of, let me see now, what's the name of the Evertonian, the former Evertonian? The one that was... That's the one, correct. Yeah. Anthony Gordon, yes. Anthony Gordon. I thought he had the beating of Anthony Gordon. Somehow or other, he lost the ball. And Anthony Gordon had only Romero and Van der Ven to try to beat in order to find Isak. Unfortunately, Van der Ven, the ever-reliable Van der Ven, who was our man of the match in the previous home league game, fell on his back. And Isak then scored with aplomb. What followed next just left me aghast. because I would not have guessed less than 60 seconds after kickoff, Pedro Porro, of all players, then plays a very ambiguous back pass, shall we say, towards Vicario, and it was cut out. And for the second time in as many minutes, Van der Ven was then on his back yet again. And despite Vicario getting fingers, I think he managed to get some fingers to it, but it was another goal for Newcastle, and from there it was just downhill. Even after that first goal, in the back of my head, I was thinking, you know what? It's only 1-0 down. We still have more or less a full complement, or a full squad to choose from. Let's get into the halftime. Big Ange will calm the players down. But instead of doing that, we somehow shipped away another goal immediately after kickoff, and that changed the complexion completely. In the second half, I was actually fully expecting Big Ange to make the same substitutions in midfield, the way he did against Luton and Nottingham Forest. That didn't come, and it was Fulham away all over again. Why I say Fulham away all over again? Because he had to wait until we were 3 goals down away before he made those substitutions. That's too little, too late. By 2-0 down, by halftime, you need to have the substitutions in as soon as possible to maybe get one back within the first half hour, and maybe hope for a late equalizer towards the end. But I think Big Ange must have underestimated Eddie Howe and Newcastle, and we paid the price for it. And again, I cannot state this, I cannot mention this enough on any of these post weekend shows. Those defensive lapses, even the last goal, which I think came from a corner. How many corners did they get in total? They got something like 15 or 16, which is
16.
That's insanely high. And if you watch just the first half alone, the number of times they got to the ball first when those corners were floated in, it was as though we didn't have anyone marking anyone in the box. It was just like wait for the ball to come in and just hope for the best. That's what it looked like to me in the first half. Overall, I think this is a genuine humbling, but I'm not going to let it get my spirits down, because the next fixture is going to be Woolwich at home in a fortnight's time, and just after I'd seen their result this morning at home, no less, against Villa, the next league game for us is going to be a make or break for either team in N17. Make no mistake. The next North London derby is going to make or break either London club's resolve for the rest of the season. I hope it's Woolwich. I hope they completely, derail their season. I really hope that happens. But I'm not going to look too much into that, because this humbling in itself is worrying. But Big Ange has a lot to answer for, unfortunately, and the lads have a lot of work to get done from between now and the next following weekend.
I agree. Big up Leo and John James, who both just come in, and anyone else who's coming in, smash a like, please. Who's going to go next? Are we having Queen Ellie or Jimbo's opinion next?
It's up to you, Kate. You're the leader of the pack.
Jim, do you want to go next?
No, Ellie can go next.
There you go, ladies first.
What a gentleman. Right. So, how I see it, I'm going to liken it to a top-class singer, Top-class singer gets on the stage, and then she chokes or he chokes. That's what we did. We choked, right? And we hit bum notes. And we hit our bum on the floor a lot, trying to defend as well, falling over each other. Or at corners, I saw Maddison marking, what's his name, Fabian Schär, who's like 6'4", whatever, and like built like a tank, and
Johnson was man marking Dan Burn, wasn't he?
I know, I couldn't believe it. Right, and I put it down to the players, right, in that team who were strong enough and ugly enough to mark Dan Burn, not taking responsibility. They were shying away, like they think, if he scores, they're gonna blame it on me, and then Dragusin's gonna be in because I've made a big mistake. But you don't think like that as a footballer. You've got to think for a team, not for personal gain, right? And all our players, how I see it, they think they're comfortable because they see the bench and they think that lot of crap. They're not going to get above us. That's the problem. So we've got to address that. But in terms of the game, I think we were very naive in a lot of situations. I've got a different take to Werner than Chang did. Right, so when you're a footballer, right, you always expect the unexpected, all right? Always be on your guard, right? So when the ball comes to you, you get your body in the shape to score a goal. His body was all wrong. And therefore, the ball came a bit high, but he should have adjudged it, right? And because his body shape was wrong, he couldn't connect on the ball properly and he skied it. See, that's where a top-class striker like Harry Kane, he expects the unexpected, right? And he expects the delivery to be good as well. But when it's come across like that, Kate, right, you've got to be on your guard and you've got to be ready, right? The thing is, he hasn't got much goal. I don't want to dig him out too much, but he does miss a lot of chances, more so where he's not got his body shaping or he's not made the right movement. It's all very well being a winger or a striker, whatever you class him as, but you've got to make sure you're ready. And that's where he's falling short. If he only just anticipated, because football's anticipation as well, either as a defender, a midfielder, or an attacker. It doesn't matter where you play in the what position you play. You've got to be ready at all times. And when you're not, the other team nick in, they get the ball off you in midfield, they nick in and they get the ball. And when you're a striker or you're bad to score, you've got to be ready. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. But either way, it was a bad day at the office. There was good, bad and the ugly again, which we've seen a lot at Spurs lately, right? Because there was some good parts. It wasn't all bad, right? And I think Ange could have made the substitutions a bit earlier as well. But sometimes, you know, when it goes right for the manager, it's all praise the manager, isn't it? When it goes wrong, it's all criticised. But I would say he should have made the substitutions at half time because you could see that Newcastle were getting on top of us and he needed to tweak it a bit. But at the end of the day, Newcastle wanted it more than us. They were hungrier. They were there to get the ball quicker than us. And we fell short. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with what you said, really. Jimbo, what are your feelings?
Well, I don't really know what to say, Kate, because I just think to myself, I'm not going to go into the game and start slaughtering Ange and slaughtering the players. I just think to myself that where we are this season, none of us expected to be, right? I've said it 1,000 times, new manager, new players, new system. He obviously is not going to keep quite a lot of these players, I don't think. So I just think that, you know, it was another bad day. We've had a few of them, but we've had some good days. And I think that he'll get it sorted. But, I mean, I don't really... I'm not going to dig any player out, right? It's easy to dig Werner out because he's not liked, and it's easy to dig Johnson out because the fan base is split about him. But they were all terrible. There wasn't one good person on the pitch. And I can say by what I saw, there wasn't one good person on the pitch, right? And I think we just got to just take this season for what it is now. We're going to finish in some sort of European position, right? Be it Champions League or Europa League. It's going to be one of them two because Man United and Newcastle are not catching us now. There's no way. And we just got to see what happens in the summer and move on to next season. You know, I've stayed off of YouTube all weekend on purpose because I don't like the meltdowns. I don't like the Ange out. I don't like fucking throwing players under the bus, which people are too quick to do, right? It is what it is this season, and we knew it wasn't going to be a fantastic season. You know, even though people like me screaming we're going to win the league because we were top of the league 10 games. But it's just what I like to do because it makes me feel good. It never happens, but I won't cry about it. I won't throw people under the bus, and I won't say Ange out. What's that?
There's nothing wrong with being.
No, I just think that everybody's got to calm down, right?
Yeah.
And let Ange do his thing. I'm sure right? Everybody's saying, and he won't change his system, he won't do this, he won't do that. I am 99.9% sure that he will tweak it. He will learn by this season. He'll tweak it. He's not an idiot. The guy's he's 50. What is he? 58. He's been around the block in football for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's not just going to stick to what's costing us games. I'm sure he'll tweak his system when he gets the right players he wants. So I think everybody needs to calm down, right? Enjoy where we are at the minute. We're going to be in some sort of European football next season, and look to next season and look to see what Ange does in the summer, and how we start off the first day next season with who in the team, and see where we go from there.
I said, right, on Dan's show, right, I'll just make this point, right, you have to look back to go forward, right? People say you don't look at your history. When we were good, right, Bill Nicholson and Arthur Rowe, they ran the club from top to bottom with no interferences. They done what they wanted to do, and we were successful, right? And they scouted their own players as well, right? Now, Andrew's come in, they've got to let him do the job, yeah? Because he knows what type of players fits his system. Who knows better than him to scout out those players? He say, I want him, and him. If you can't get him, I want him. If he goes to Liverpool and he goes to Man City, I want the next best, right? So sometimes you have to compromise as a football manager, because you know they're teams that have won trophies and they've got extra pull, haven't they? They have, right? But then you go for your second best player, right? And you try and get him, right? And let Ange do his job, right? Don't interfere with him, because he knows what he's doing. And you can see it already. We've seen lots and lots and lots of things to be proud of, the men's team.
The thing is, right? Andy's come out and said he's not going to change his system, right? And I agree, he shouldn't change his system, but he does need to tweak it, and I'm sure he will tweak it, right? And he will make adjustment in games.
Yeah.
But he as I said, I think the man's far from an idiot. I think he's quite a shrewd guy. And I think instead of screaming for him to be kicked out and screaming for this and screaming for that, and people saying, I told you so, right? Who gives a fuck what you told us? Right? But no one gives a fuck. All we should give a fuck about is getting behind our team and getting behind Ange, right? And if it comes to a point, like Joey Barton said, he's 100% sure that he's going to win nothing and he'll be sacked to 12 to 18 months. And then we have to look at it, move on from then. But until we get to that stage, let's back the team and back the manager. You know, it's ridiculous that people having meltdowns at this stage of the season. We're 5th in the Premier League, 11 points off the top, right? With a manager that's just walked in the door, with players that have just walked in, and we know some of them are not good enough. Well, we know that, and I'm sure Ange knows that, and he's going to change them. But let the man do his job. You know, he's only been here 10 months.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say, Kate.
It's like, and Alex says as well, Alex wants the best for our clubs. He's very misunderstood, Alex, right? So he wants the best for our clubs. He wants us to win things, like many fans. Some fans, I don't think they give a toss, but if we win anything or not, some fans are like that. But most fans, I'd say at least 90% of Spurs fans want us to win trophies, not just get top 4. Right, so he says that Ange told you how I was going to play. Right, he told the board how they were going to play. That's why Levy came out and said we got our Tottenham back. But the only thing I disagree with, not Alex, but with Levy, by saying that you haven't got your Tottenham back because you're not winning anything. Well, Spurs always win 3 or 4 trophies every say 10 years. We win 3 or 4 trophies every decade. We've done it every single decade, apart from when Levy's been in charge.
I think people have got to really. You've got to watch Ange in his interviews, and you've got to listen to what he says. Right? I don't think he's a man that just says things for the sake of saying it. And he has said it doesn't matter if we get 5th or 4th. It's not going to change what happens at the club or what players come in, who he wants. It's not going to change that. He said what the important thing is getting this team moving forward. So we get into a position where we fight on all fronts. So I think we have to trust that if he says it. He says it doesn't matter if we don't finish 4th. It's not going to change who's coming into the club. So that tells me they know who's coming already. But we have to trust him. You know, he's our manager. He wants the best for us. You think he wants to come here and not win trophies? No, he wants to come here and win trophies. So we have to trust him. He's our manager, so we need to back him.
If you're all pulling on the same, if you're all on the same page and you're all pulling in the right way with the manager and you believe in his system, that's where the players have to really believe in his system, and play it to the full. Don't lose discipline. That's why he said, "I need the remote control," right? He's very funny, Ange, the way he comes out. I need the remote control because they're not in the position I told them to be. You have to read between the lines what he says. I agree with you.
Right, I'm going to have my little say now. This is the first time in probably a long time I've actually considered not doing YouTube anymore. I think this weekend's just been horrendous. I found it really hard to deal with the meltdown. I've been called out on channels and slagged off for having an opinion that's different to other people, which is fine. I've got thick skin, but you know what? I just haven't got the patience for it. The toxicity. At the end of the day, this is how I see it, right? It was a shit performance, right? People can throw Ange under the bus and say Ange out, but for me, not a player on that pitch earned any sort of respect. No one stood up and be counted. Everyone's scared to say anything about Son because he's our star boy. He was poor. But I've seen video after video this weekend saying he's not a proper captain. All right, whatever. For me, half of this fan base, in fact, no, not half of this fan base, a minority of this fan base just want us to do bad so they can say I told you so. And I don't give a shit because you've called me out once, so anyone can call me out. I don't care, but they do. They just want to say, I told you this would happen. I've said it all along. I've told you we'd do this. And half of these people are the ones that wanted Ange to come in. This is what makes me laugh. What did they think Ange was going to come in and change the way he's played for 30 years? He has said from day one he will not change his system. I don't blame Ange. I think his system will work. I just don't think he's got the players to play the system. Now, again, I was called out for saying that because apparently Conte wasn't given the players to play the system. I don't give two fucks about Conte. That's gone. I'm talking about Ange Postecoglou. He's our manager now. He's our future. If you don't like it, fine. Don't call me out for having a different opinion. I choose to believe Ange can do well. When I'm wrong, you can all come for me and tell me you were right. Well done. I'll give you a sticker if you want one.
We'll give you a brownie point.
Exactly. Enough of the toxicity. You know, I don't like people on YouTube. They don't like me because I don't agree with them. That's fine. But we're all supposed to support the same club. You know, I can't understand this desperation of, I told you this would happen. I knew this would happen. I've been telling fans for ages this would happen. Not interested. You know, say what you want. I don't give a shit. Don't give a shit either about me, what I say. Just turn me off if you don't like it. I've really struggled this weekend to deal with how nasty and toxic it's been. I mean, I'm angry and I'm getting upset because I'm angry because there's no need for it.
Talk to the hand because
can I put a bit of sense into it, right?
Yes.
I remember when Klopp was building Liverpool, right? Before they won the Premiership.
4 years.
Right. They lost 6-1. They lost 6-1 to Aston Villa, right? I remember Chelsea doing the same, getting beat when they were building their team, and they went, look what Chelsea went on to win. I can remember them getting beat bad. We beat them 5-1 or something in a cup game. Look, it's football, it happens, right? And especially when a guy is building a club. When a guy's building a club. Look at yesterday, look at Arsenal, right? Arsenal lost 2-0 to Villa yesterday. Now let's not get anything above board here, right? Villa are a good team. They're not mugs. They're a really good team, and they're capable of beating anyone in the league. And the meltdown from Arsenal fans yesterday was like, oh my God, I cannot believe you've lost the game to Villa 2-0, and the meltdown is unbelievable. They still can win the league. They're still, 2 points off the top, and the meltdown was unreal. Some fans, not always a minority, but for every club, sometimes you've got to just sit back and look at the bigger picture. you know, and I think that we're Spurs are in a fantastic place at the minute, you know, and Ange is making mistakes 100%, and the players are making mistakes 100%. But let's give the man time to build his team like other managers get. If we sack Ange now, who do we get to come in? Let's just say Nagelsmann comes in, right? He's got to rebuild again because he's not going to want all these players because they're not going to fit his system. So let's just take a step back and have a bit of a breath, and let's see what happens with Ange over the next year or so.
Can I make a little joke?
Of course.
If they do boot him out, because Levy's got the track history of doing that, can we have a manager who likes Højbjerg's style?
Oh, Ellie, you do make me laugh.
I have to play the Højbjerg card at some stage in the stream.
I saw people yesterday calling for Arteta's head. Oh my God, he's lost. I mean, when was the last time Arsenal lost a game? I can't remember. That's how long ago it was.
They've been unbeaten this year. They're unbeaten this year.
And they've lost one game and they go into meltdown.
And do you know what? I saw people calling for Arteta's head. And I thought to myself, oh my God, I can't believe this. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
I love watching the fan reactions though, Jimbo. You know, when that guy who put the Arsenal shirt over his head, he goes, I want Arteta out. I want that.
That's Curtis, I think. I think his name is Curtis.
Comedy gold.
Yeah, I've seen him rip about 3 shirts up.
Yeah, he rips them like Superman, doesn't he?
That's it. That's it.
He's from the north, isn't he? He's a northerner.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I understand getting upset and heat the moment, but after a couple of hours, you have to look at things with your brain. Well, yeah, that's how I feel. We make these big up Spurs Kings. I assume that's Marlon, but I'm not sure. We have to make these comparisons with other clubs, but they don't have Levy. Ange is the right man working with the wrong chairman. We don't know that either yet. We'll have to wait and see in the summer. Big up John James says most of today's fans support clubs for glory and think they're experts on streams because they're afforded opinions. They don't know about clubs with history. Villa are no mugs. Exactly
without any doubt. Villa can beat anybody on the right day. Villa's football yesterday, they should have won 4 or 5-0 yesterday.
Yeah.
They were fantastic.
Diego Costa, what a unit he is. Bloody hell. Diego Carlos. Yeah. I was looking at him with Angela. And she goes, he's going to take him to the dinner table and fry him. She goes, because Angela comes up with some funny isms. Yeah. She goes, look at the size of him compared to, I think it was Shevchenko. Yeah. It's like a mismatch.
Nick, you're spot on here. We're 11 points behind Arsenal. We will finish better off than last season. We lost the best striker in the world, but it's all about devaluing someone's opinion. He won't change. It's as simple as that. Exactly. That's how I see it. The funny thing was, I didn't even say I think Ange is 100% right, or I didn't back Ange and say I think he was right what he did. I just said he won't change because he won't. And anyone who thinks he will is deluded, I'm afraid, because he said it everywhere he goes.
I think he'll tweak, Kate.
Yeah, maybe tweak.
But he's not going to change his style of football. We don't want him to change his style of football. That's why we wanted him here.
Exactly. Yeah, but
I think with Basuma, I think he likes him because he keeps on playing him. So he obviously thinks he fits his system. Because he would drop his ass, wouldn't he, to the bench?
Mm.
Yeah. What was you going to say, Kate?
I think he will. He'll get to a stage where he's had enough of him. Ellie, I do. I don't think.
No, because he keeps on playing him, doesn't he?
Yeah, but maybe because he's got what other choices has he got?
He's got on the bench, yeah. But he's got Bentancur who can play that role.
Yeah, and
Bentancur was our best player, by the way.
I can't even pick a best player because I thought that was all so bad.
Out of all the crap, technically, he's so sound. When he receives the ball, he's calm.
Yeah,
he doesn't panic. All the rest of them juggling the ball. Sonny gets the ball played into him. He's juggling it, gets it nicked off him. You know, they're not calm on the ball. But Bentancur's class. I love him because I like midfielders like that. He's my favourite player, right? I like players who are calm on the ball, you know, and they receive the ball. It's like part of their body. Yeah, and Bentancur's class. He just needs that fitness now.
Mm.
I love
I
him.
truly hope you don't stop your streams, Kate. But I understand, especially if people get personal. This is why I'm not on Twitter or Facebook or whatever they called nowadays. I'm not on Facebook anymore, but it was on YouTube. But you know what? I have got thick skin. It just upsets me that people can be so toxic to each other, and I just ain't got the time for it. You know, I'm
won't allow
doing
you
this.
to give up.
I do this
Jimbo.
because I enjoy it. You know, I don't tell anyone they're wrong. I don't tell anyone they haven't got a right to feel the way they feel. I just feel different to certain people. So why can't people just accept that? It's just not for me. Steve D said the irony of the Conte sympathisers saying why should Conte change for Spurs, now telling us Ange has no plan B. The meltdown is starting already. Time to stop, rinse, repeat, and give the manager a chance. Exactly. All Conte did was get slagged off, and now all of a sudden he was the Messiah. I don't know how. I must have blinked and missed that bit because I didn't see that. After our first 10 games, some of the people having meltdowns now were saying Ange was a better manager than Pep. They were loving the open attacking way we were playing. Dear, oh dear.
I agree with Ben now. I agree with what Ben said about the kit.
Yeah, it's cursed. I also admire Ange's bravery, taking off your captain early when you need to go is something other managers wouldn't do. Look at Ten Hag. Agreed. And I just think someone else said it as well. Our expectations went up because we were so good in the first 10 games. And now we've come to our level and everyone's having a meltdown. Yeah, Chang's always got his Spurs kit ready. They're twins today, kind of. Slightly different shirt, but both in yellow.
You know what, Kate? I think when you say we've come to our level, I think our level is in between the two.
Yeah,
right? Because we've seen how good they've played, right, and the way they move the ball, proper Ange ball, but they've lost their discipline a bit within the Ange system. Because I see players not tracking back. I see players trotting back when they should be busting their gut. That's all to do with mentality and wanting the will to win. Yeah, because you can have a system, but if you've got players, even 2 or 3 players drop their performances, it affects the rest of the team, especially if they're key players like Maddison and Basuma, because we're relying on those two, not just to create, to be the engine and to create. Yeah. So if they're dropping their form, it does affect the team. It does.
Yeah, I just like I say, I think everyone needs to take
Chill
their
pill.
Oh, I was going to say,
I'm eating what are they called? Pumpkin seeds. That's what everybody should do.
Lovely. Yum. I was going to say, I think everyone needs to take their share of responsibility for yesterday. I think just throwing Ange under the bus is not the answer.
It was everybody yesterday, Saturday. Exactly. There was one person on that pitch you can pull out and say had a decent game. They were all terrible. It was a really, really bad day. Newcastle was on it, and they saw we was having a bad day and took advantage of it. Let's just move on. You know, we've got to give Ange time to do what he's going to do. And get the players in he wants to get in. And people still saying, well, Levy's going to be the problem. We don't know that yet. He has spent a lot of money for Ange. Let's see how much he does in the summer to this team. And then next season, if Levy doesn't back him, we'll get on Levy's back then. Because I'll get on his back, you know.
It's not how much money you spend.
It's the players. Yeah, it's the players. You know
the
what I mean?
players, right? And like that performance, it all went tits up, didn't it? It did.
Yeah.
We just got to brush ourselves down and go for the Woolwich Derby, which is coming up, and I'm excited about it. I don't care, right? I've forgotten about the 4-0 already. I'm looking forward to that game and cooking for everybody and having a fantastic day with everybody. Yeah. Come on, bring on the Woolwich and we'll batter them.
Good, Chang. I know you're waiting patiently.
Okay, I just have something very quick to add, and then we can just move on from this. I had something to add earlier during my review of the match, but I didn't want to put this in until I heard everything that all of you lovely people had to say. They basically, if you look at the game that happened on Saturday, the early kickoff, this is another one of those games that everything and anything that could have possibly gone horribly wrong for us just did. If you were to look at the possession statistics alone, I remember we had something like 73% of possession away at Newcastle. That is nothing to be sneered at. The defining difference between that 73% of ours and their 27%, they had 5 shots on target all game. 5 shots on target and they scored 4 of them. that tells me the difference, the big difference is the finishing. And we've been talking about Alexander Isak from Sweden and how much we would like to have him play for Spurs rather than see him play at St. James's Park. Again, this just highlights the need for us to find a long-term replacement for Richarlison. If you're listening to this, Lee Smith, no offense to you, but I honestly do not think that Richarlison is our long-term solution. He may be a good squad player, but the kind of player to fill Harry Kane's boots and keep us within top 3 or even top 2 challenging the upper echelons, I'm sorry, he's just not the answer. And again, this meltdown, this knee-jerk fan reaction is completely over the top because it's exactly like what Mr. Boxer just mentioned. We are still 5th. You are acting as though we are somewhere mid-table, like what Chelsea and United and maybe even the likes of, say, Bournemouth are at, or Burnley. We are still within Europe. I mean, of course, top 4 is out of our hands right now because of what happened late last night. But we still have everything to play for. And with a North London derby to come, you can bet your savings and every last penny of your, you can even bet on your mortgage that the lads will be up for the North London derby. Of that, you have my guarantee. Back to you, Mrs. Moxell.
Yeah, but can I just say the other thing is, right?
Alex.
the other thing is, right? It's nice. It's nice to have a manager that comes out and says, "I'm building a team. I want to build a team so we can fight on all fronts." When have you heard a manager say that? I haven't heard that for a long time. I want to build a team here so we can fight on all fronts in every competition. So let's just have a little bit of faith and see if he can do it.
Do you know what the funny thing is? There's another show going on now, and someone's putting there, why is there another channel that's live now crying, almost crying over being called out for calling people out? Yeah, it's okay for them to say what they like. I hate this community. This is what I mean. It's just so nasty and toxic.
Yeah.
Do you know what? And that person used to come in my room. He said, why is the fan base got to be like this? I don't get it. I just don't get it. It really pisses me off.
They just don't get it. That's it.
Big up, Rahman. I am on your train now. Come on, City. You should be home and hosed now, I believe. So, yeah, come on, City. Win the league. Stop them gooners. Good evening, Simon. Yet. Also, Lee Smith saying, I used to like you chatting. Good morning, guys. Bad weekend for us all. Big up skills. Hope you're well. We're not winning the London derby, no chance. What I will say is form goes out the window when it comes to a derby.
Why isn't there no chance? We can beat them. I don't agree.
But if Villa beat them, we can beat them.
Yeah, they can beat us. We can beat them, or it could be a draw. Like it was at Emirates.
We beat Villa 4-0. Yeah. So Villa beat them 2-0. So we can beat them. Of course we can.
It's not as if they're prime Man City. They're not that.
Yeah. That doesn't change my love and admiration for you, Mr. Smithy Smith, says Chang. John James saying you need a certified goal scorer because Kane is an entity and Son is an injury from leaving you bare in that department. Levy needs to show ambition in the summer window. I completely agree. Agree. Jim makes a good point there. Even Potts used to junk the cups in favour of the league. Yeah, of course he did. We do have a history of it. Who wants to build a team for long-term success when we can have a one-off thing every 10 seasons? Exactly that.
We scored more goals under Ange than we did under Conte as well. And we had Kane and Sonny. We scored more goals. Yeah, so if we're missing Kane, we're not missing in the amount of goals we've scored, but I think what we need is somebody who can score 25 to 30 on top of the ones we've already scored. Then we will be challengers. Yeah, because you have to, like Adrian said, you have to score over 88 goals to win the league.
Yeah, normally, exactly.
He does the stats, Adrian. He's pretty good at it.
Yeah, he does. He does everything, Adrian. He's like
he's dressing gown as well.
Yeah. You've got a good chance in the North London derby, but I'm still confident as long as Zinchenko isn't on the pitch. It's a shame because Zinchenko has had some good performances, but he was poor. Arsenal's strengths are our weaknesses. If they play a pragmatic approach and focus on set pieces, they hammer us.
The thing is, let me answer that. The thing is, Ben, is you're beat before we've even kicked a ball. I don't understand their mentality. You should be behind your team, right, and believe you're going to beat them. Don't be beat before you kick off. You know, it's any sport that I've ever done, I didn't give a fuck who was in front of me. I believed I was going to beat them, right? And they might have been a lot better than me, but it's a mentality thing. And if he gets these players up like he should do, or like they should be for a North London derby, of course we can beat them. How many times have we beat Arsenal in the past when they've had better teams than us?
Yeah,
of course we can beat them.
You've got to go in that stadium and create that atmosphere. Like when we beat them 3-0, we didn't have as good a team as them. We didn't, right? But we beat them. All right, we've got Harry Kane, right, and Sonny up front. But overall, they had a better side than us, but we battered them 3-0. Because they were rocking even more than Kate and Jimbo and Chang. They were rocking more then than they are now because they were top of the league. Yeah?
And you've got to think as well, Ellie, that if we beat Arsenal, right, that's probably their championship gone.
Yeah.
And the players are going to know that.
They put it down to Saliba, losing Saliba, but it doesn't matter because when you go out on that pitch, if you want to win the league and you don't want to bottle it, you make sure you win the matches. That's what Man City are good at. They get in that steam train and they all steam ahead, right? Arsenal are looking behind them thinking, oh, can we do it? Can we do it? Can we? You know, they've got that doubt still.
Yeah. Right. I think we've covered that enough about that game. We will go on to this game, seeing as we're talking about them. Obviously, none of us predicted. The funny thing is, right, Ellie, Jim, you never predict Arsenal to win, ever. I mean, you never predict Arsenal to win, but you both did. Or draw. I think you predicted a draw, Ellie.
Did I predict a draw? I'm such a clever lady sometimes. I think you predicted a loss, though. I'm not as clever as I think.
Yeah, you predicted a draw and Jim predicted the win. And I said maybe in future, if we predict Arsenal to win, they lose. Maybe we're the curse.
Okay,
so,
say every game now that they're going to win.
I have to say, as much as Arsenal... Well, I don't even think Arsenal were that poor. I just think Aston Villa were excellent.
Yeah,
I mean, Ellie, what did you make of it?
Yeah. They were hungrier. They won the second balls. They were just more aggressive. They moved the ball a lot more sweeter and more directly. Arsenal were faffing about, passing left, right. Shaking, it's like in out, shaking all about. When are you going to try and score a goal? And then Aston Villa were very direct. Picked out Ollie Watkins a couple of times. Couple of times he muffed it. Didn't score, but the one he took it very well. And they were just better all round. They were just more clinical. They were exactly the same against us when we played them. We played them off the park, but in those two incidences that they needed to be clinical, bang, bang, 2-1. They won the game 2-1. So all kudos to Aston Villa and well done Unai Emery for that brilliant celebration on the touchline.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
agreed. And you know what the good thing is? It was always going to be tight because Emery, has got something to prove at Arsenal because they got rid of him. And I think he gave them a tactical masterclass. I'm not going to lie.
Wow.
I mean, Chang, did you see the game?
I watched highlights of it, and from the highlights that I saw on Match of the Day, it would appear that Arsenal had the better chances overall. You could say that they actually threatened to open the scoring on multiple occasions. And the one Ollie Watkins chance that I saw that came from a Zinchenko error, I believe, in the first half, I thought he should have scored, but because he struck the post, I think he struck both posts on either side, and it just didn't go in, much like what Son did against Nottingham Forest. And I'm thinking, you know what? This is just going to go the way I think it's going to go. Arsenal are just going to win this because Aston Villa can't even put away the chances. Surprise, surprise, Leon Bailey, of all players, gets the opener for Villa, and Ollie Watkins just puts the icing on the cake. And I checked the statistics at full time on Match of the Day. Aston Villa only had 2 shots on target the entire game, and they scored both their goals from these 2 shots. That's 100% conversion rate for the Villa players against Arsenal away at the empty Reds Stadium. That means that they were exactly like what Newcastle were to us. They were more clinical, put it this way. Arsenal had something like 4 shots on target. None of them were goals. And the possession was pretty even, 52 to Arsenal and 48 to Villa, which tells me that it was a very even game, even though Arsenal looked more likely to open the scoring. But because, as I mentioned, Villa were the more clinical, that's why the scoreline is the way it is. And Arsenal are now, or rather their title hopes now rest on City choking up the way they are bound to bottle it this season, unfortunately for you, Woolwich.
It was the other way round, though, Chang. I think Watkins scored first and Bailey scored the second. Is that right?
Bailey scored first.
Yeah, Bailey scored first.
Did
Watkins got the second.
first?
Yeah, he scored first.
Right.
Yeah,
I got it wrong then.
he came off the subs bench and scored.
I thought Bailey came off the subs and scored.
Yeah, he did.
So didn't Watkins score first and then Bailey scored second?
No, but Watkins scored second.
The other way round.
Yeah.
That's where my memory's shit. All I know, they won 2-0. Who cares?
We know your memory's shit, Ellie, because you say Højbjerg had a good game.
Oi, come on. He didn't have a bad game.
No, I'm not. I'm joking.
He never
Ellie,
has a bad game.
Right, am I going to talk about the Arsenal game?
Yeah.
I didn't think Arsenal were terrible. They missed their chances, which they would have normally been taking. So I didn't think they were terrible. But it's funny because a certain Liverpool fan who runs a channel, a very nice guy, was saying, we ain't going to win the league now. We ain't going to win the league. We ain't going to. And I said to Kate, what's he going on about? Arsenal could lose this afternoon against Villa. What happened? Arsenal lost against Villa.
That's
now all of a sudden Liverpool are back in it, right? And Arsenal losing one game doesn't put them out the title race. Not by any means. It does make teams come back stronger. So Arsenal have got an excellent team. They could come back stronger. You know, people saying they're bottling it. Losing one game don't make you bottle a league. If they lose the next one, and in the next one, maybe they've bottled it then. But losing one game don't make you bottle the league. Yeah. And Arsenal are still in this race, 1,000,000%. And I thought I thought that Arsenal wasn't terrible. Right? They didn't take their chances, but Villa were just absolutely. Someone put in the chat, it's the best second half of football they've watched all season, and I probably agree with them. They were just phenomenal, Villa on the day. Yeah. So it's still a free way for the title, and any 3 of them could win it because there's still going to be swings and roundabouts. I said to Kate the other week, I think you're going to see a change every weekend now. You know, now it's getting close and it's getting to the nitty gritty. I think we're going to see some changes every weekend. It's going to flow either way with all 3 of them till the end, I think. I
do think if Arsenal lose to us, though, it's going to damage
massively.
It won't ruin it completely, but it will damage it like it did last time. I think so, but
of course it will. It will. It will, Ellie.
It's going to go up and down. It will.
But we still got to go there. They've still got to come to us, and we've still got to beat them. You know, if we turn up like we turned up yesterday, we ain't getting nothing out of it. So it's all in the balance for all 3 of them, and it's in the balance for top 4 with us and Villa. Because you know what Villa are like. My mate Frank tells me this all the time. He says 1 week we play like we're the best team in the Premiership, and then the next week we play like we're the worst.
We do that a lot as well, not just Villa. Yeah, you're right though, Jim. It can go either way. You don't know. But Man City are probably the best at getting it over the line.
Yeah, of course they are.
Yeah.
I mean, they're favourites now for sure.
In recent times, they're going to create history if they win it for the 4th time on the trot, aren't they?
I mean, to be calling for Arteta out. When I can't remember the last time Arsenal lost, and it's like How can you call for your manager to be sacked because you lost one game? It's not like they lost to Sheffield United 5-0 or something.
No.
I mean, come on, let's get a bit of a sense to it.
Yeah. And Villa are a very decent side. They're really good. On their day, they can beat anybody.
Joey Barton saying City don't drop any more points. Joey, you could be right because City are that good, but I honestly think that there still will be points dropped by all the top 5 teams.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sorry, I had me on mute. Daniel, he said, like I said the other day, Kate, City's not even got out of first gear yet, but they're topping the business end of the season. Yeah, completely agree.
It is what they do, but it's still got to be done.
Man City will go on a run like they do. It'll be tough for them to get caught now. That's how I see it. I mean, people are saying that Tottenham will roll over and let Man City tickle our tummies to stop Arsenal winning the league. Not sure whether we will, but
No,
I suppose if we get spanked 5-0 by City, we can say, "Oh yeah, we did it on purpose." There's always that, I suppose. Kate, who needs Declan Rice when we bought Kovacic? Yeah, what do you know? What are you used to always score goals like that for Chelsea?
Yeah,
but yeah, I think people have got them wrong. Don't think they've extended; they just have changed a little. Oh, okay, sorry, I'm behind, so behind. Big up the Mr. Arsenal podcast. Not all the Arsenal fan base are doing that. Only the idiots, clickbaiters. I think it's too early to say they've bottled it. And to be fair, is it a bottle? Is it? I don't think bottling's the right word. I don't like it because I think they've played so well all season. They've just there's no poor teams anymore. It's so difficult. Whoever you play, you're always going to get a game. And there's still a lot of football to be played. I still think it's open. You've got to put City as strong favourites, but I still think it's a wide open title race. Again, no one calls Klopp a bottler. Yeah, he's only won. Yeah, see, there's that as well. He has only won a single title in the 9 years he's been there.
Arteta, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Arteta won it with Man City as the assistant.
Yeah, exactly. Is a 1 point lead really bottling it? No, and there's a long way to go. And all these people saying they've bottled it, who knows? They could still win it. But of course, there was I mean, for me, this is even more of an upset than the Arsenal game. For Liverpool to lose at Anfield for the second time in a row against Palace, I seriously never saw that coming. Jimbo, what do you make of the result?
Well, the GBC's put, we can't beat Liverpool away. But Crystal Palace done it, so why can't we do it?
I know.
Of course we can. We can beat anyone. If we play our game like we know we can do, we can beat anybody. And it's just like the Newcastle game. We was off it massively, and they were on it. We got slaughtered. It could happen against any team, you know.
Yeah.
That's football. That's the Premier League. The Premier League. What did he say? He said, "I said we can." Oh, sorry, GBC. Sorry, I apologise. My eyesight ain't great, I promise you, mate. No, but it's the Premier League. That's what makes it so exciting, because you go into a game and you think, oh, they're Liverpool. Liverpool are going to beat Palace. All the Liverpool fans were so sure they were going to beat Palace, and look what happened. That's why I love the Premier League.
Yeah.
Sorry. I apologise.
Last season at Anfield, right, we were 3-0 down, remember? And we came 3-3. And then they bloody scored that last-minute winner with Jota. Yeah, they were lucky, man, because we were right on top then. We should have won the match, not them. What's that? Big up to the Spurs women, Jessica Naz, playing like prime Sonny.
Yeah, yes, exactly that. I thought she was magnificent.
Off the ball. Like Sonny, because he works hard. Even though Sonny can have a shit game, right? He runs forever, yeah, and he makes space for other players. So people got to look at that. I know he did have a pretty poor game for his standards, but he does work hard for the team.
Chang, what did you make of the Liverpool result?
I just have one player to single out, and that would be Eberechi Eze. What a player he is. I really wouldn't mind him coming to N17 this summer transfer window. Of course, now that, he is doing what he does best over at Palace and Premier League teams and even clubs from all over the world are sitting up and taking notice of Eberechi Eze, it's going to be that much tougher to try and pry him away from Crystal Palace. But you never know. Because we saw what's a bond, or rather, we saw some kind of bond going on between Sonny and Big Ange with Eze. We never know if we might land him. But that loss by Liverpool to Palace, it's almost the exact opposite of what happened to us away at Newcastle, because the possession favored Liverpool heavily, 70% of possession to 30% for Palace, and on top of that, it was 11 corners. Liverpool at 11 corners to Crystal Palace's one single corner all game. The defining difference again is the clinical, or rather the lethal potency in front of goal by Palace, and also the somewhat misfiring Liverpool all game. I would say that actually Liverpool had the better chances in front of goal, but again, this is a game of fine margins, and well done, Crystal Palace. There was a very commendable win away at Liverpool. That's 2 defeats on the trot, back-to-back home defeats for Liverpool, something that is unheard of this whole season. And I will mirror, or rather, I will give the same sentiments as what Mr. James mentioned earlier. I mean, if Palace, another London club, can go to Merseyside and grab all 3 points against Liverpool at home, who's to say that we can't? That is provided if our forwards find their shooting boots, that is, on the day. But this display by Palace has actually given me that slight glimmer of hope, against all hope that we might actually pull off a miracle at Merseyside. But that's a long way to come, and I will just focus on the North London derby next weekend.
Come on, Spurs.
I think you're muted, Miss Kate. Miss Kate, I think you're muted.
I knew that. I was just testing. I don't know who I went to. Jim, or who haven't I gone to about the Liverpool game?
I've been, I think.
I haven't been yet. Yeah. So I think with Chang, right, he said we have to get our shooting boots on. But I think Liverpool need to keep the same shooting boots on.
Yeah.
Because they were pants. They turned into Prime Werner in front of goal. Sorry to dig out Werner again. I do actually like his general play, but they were pants in front of goal. And everything that went wrong in front of goal did go wrong. Hit the post on across the line. The goalie done a bit of a lucky save. The goalie done a brilliant save. It was a very exciting match to watch. But I thought Crystal Palace played a perfect game to win it. But if Liverpool took their chances, it would have been all over. It would have been like 10-1 or 10-2 or something like that. Because Palace didn't have that many chances after their one chance, right? So I just thought it was a very entertaining game, very interesting, because Eberechi Eze, who I want to come to Spurs, and he was once at my husband's club, QPR, so it'll make my husband love Spurs even more than he does now. Because obviously being married to me, he has to love Spurs, doesn't he? Right? And I've even bribed him to love Højbjerg. Right. Anyway, getting back to the match, I thought it was a very interesting game. Liverpool have been like that for a few games now. If you recall the FA Cup quarter-final against Man United, they had so many chances. And again in the league game, they had so many chances and muffed loads of them. So, you have to take your chances. That's the moral of this story. Klopp, make sure they get the same boots, because we don't want them scoring 10 against us, because they might be saving them up for us. You know what I mean? So I just want to go to Anfield and get a decent result, because we've been there and we've played really well. I don't even mind if we play pants, but we get a result. Because at the end of the day, to go to Liverpool and get any point is a point to treasure.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. And then, of course, we've got to touch on Man City doing what Man City does best and smashing away Luton Town. They just...
Why did Luton have to score? Me and Jimbo said 5-0. Stupid divs. Stupid Luton. I'm going to write them an email now.
We've all done. You know what? I've got to say, we've all done crap on the predictions so far. But there is Chelsea tonight, so I'm not going to give the results till Chelsea have played. But so far, we've done crap. But yes, City 5-1. Not a lot to say about it, except they've got the momentum now. They've got the bee in their bonnet. I don't think they're going to get beat from here. I don't know if anyone feels any different, but for me, I think they'll win the league from here.
Yeah, they're a well-oiled engine.
They are.
Put it that way. And then they've got Pep, who will not accept any player flinching. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Right? He is so on it. You see him on the touchline. When he's not happy with something, he gets up straight away. When he's happy, he sits down. Yeah, he doesn't have to scream and shout. But when he sees the team slacking, he'll get up and he'll have a go at them. Yeah, a lot of managers have got to learn this.
Yeah, agreed. Joey, I would never accuse someone of not being a true supporter. I saw you say that. That's not me. It's not me to say that. I can understand why people are nervous about the City game, about Liverpool, about Arsenal, because if we do play like we did at the weekend, we will get smashed. There's no doubt about it. But I choose to think we've got a chance. And if
everyone's entitled to their opinion, right? Don't fucking call people out because they've got an opinion.
No, I know you didn't say me, Joey. No, I know you didn't say me.
I'm not saying Joey. I'm not talking to Joey. I'm talking about other people. Everyone's entitled to a fucking opinion, right?
Yeah.
Don't call people out for having an opinion. I just sit there thinking about it. Fucking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I'm getting rinsed about. I'm getting rinsed on another channel.
I'll be at the North London Derby. I'll be at the North London Derby. If you want to call fucking someone out, come call me out to my face. Call my wife out to my face. Fucking wankers.
I'm getting absolutely rinsed on another channel, apparently.
Yeah, well, let them fucking come to the North London Derby where I'll be and come say it to me. Don't fucking talk about my wife. Fucking wankers.
Yeah. Bus
wankers. It is what it is. It is what it is, Jim. Do you know what? My channel has been described as a mates club because I don't have anyone with opposing views on, which is rubbish because me and Elly
disagree on opposing views on here.
Rubbish. I'm Levy out. You're more Levy give a chance. I'm totally Levy out. I don't like anything about him.
Yeah.
I don't shirk.
Joey, I'm not talking about you. Joey Barton, I'm not talking about you.
No, we weren't mentioning you, Joey. Go on, Elly. Sorry.
Yeah, you never mute me to say like I can't say Levy out. I say it all the time. I don't like the bloke. I don't like what he's doing to our club. Yeah.
No.
But, you know, I'm willing to give him another chance. I'm not totally blinded that I think he can't change, but I've not seen any evidence up to now.
No. And you know what? After watching Werner this weekend, I'm starting to think we could do better. I thought he weren't very good. So I'm open to changing my mind. Now, I can be called a flip-flop for that. But I'm going, I can be called a flip-flop, but I'm going on evidence that I'm seeing week in, week out. And at the minute, he's not good enough. But he's not the only one that's not good enough.
My brother said something very poignant. He goes, Basuma, fantastic player, but he's not consistent.
Yeah, exactly.
Consistent. And you can't have that in a team. You need consistency as well. You need a 7 out of 10. You can't have a 3 out of 10 and then a 10 out of 10.
Exactly. But I don't agree that I don't have people on that don't challenge our opinions because people are always welcome on here. We've had all sorts of people on here. Alan's been on and he's a staunch Levy outer. I've had all sorts. I just choose not to have people who I think are disrespectful and can be personal. And it's being proven that that's the case because I'm getting rinsed on another channel, which is fine. It is what it is.
Like Mia said, me and Mia go at loggerheads, don't we?
Yeah.
Over things. Yeah. She thinks something. I think we argue, but we're friends at the end of the day.
I don't like fucking bullies, and I especially don't like cyber bullies.
Yeah.
You can say it to someone's fucking face, not over the fucking internet. It's easy to say it over an internet.
I will say, I did say when we was watching the ladies' game yesterday that I thought their wingers were better than our wingers.
They They were the lady on the wing. I've forgotten her name. The black girl with the hair. She was fantastic.
Yeah, I know you mean.
Yeah, I've forgotten her name. But
Is it it's not Jessica Ness, is it?
Not Jessica Naz, no.
no, the one who played for Leicester, the one with the dreadlocks. She was brilliant.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, and there was another girl, little girl, but I've forgotten her name. I know all the Leicester players' names, but I've forgotten them. The one who scored was brilliant as well. She played really, really well.
Yeah.
She was the one who done the shot. She done the shot that hit the butt. Well, Spence,
Rose?
Becky Spencer hit it onto the bar, and then it came down. And the commentator even said, normally it hits your back and goes in, but she just about pushed it away, and it went on the post and on the bar, and then went away from the goal. So I think it was a brilliant save. I was right behind that because you saw where I was in the ground. I was to the right of the goal, and I was about 3 meters away from the right of the goal, so I saw it really clearly. Yeah.
Rose. Drula's saying Rose.
It. Yeah. See, I can always rely on Drula to be she's like my brain that's gone dead, and she's got a brain that's alive.
Sky Sports breaking news. The mighty Darlington won 3-1 on Saturday. We're staying up. The Great Escape is done. Steve Watson's Black and White Army. Come on, Darlo. Darlington till I die. Big up, Ian. I'm glad you had your you got your win. And Rantala was the scorer.
That's Rantala. Yeah, she hit the bar as well. Well, as our goalie saved it. Still, she got fingertips to it. Very good goalie. Yeah, brilliant goalie. I love her.
So yeah, bring back Janssen and Soldado. They'll score us more goals than To be fair, I saw Elly on the telly loads because I saw the white cap because you were so close to the goal, but not clear enough to take a proper picture. But we did see. We was there. There's Elly. There's Elly.
I told you because it goes blurry when you zoom in. But didn't I tell you I'm going to wear that hat and we're going to win?
Yes, you did.
Every time I've been to the Spurs ground, we've won. I haven't. No, tell a lie. I went to Aston Villa. We lost, but we scored 5 goals that day, so we really won in my eyes.
Yeah. Good afternoon, AJ. I do hope you are well. Always good to see you. This is my mate. This is a mates hangout. It's not a Spurs channel anymore. It's just a girl who loves her mates because that's all this channel is. I've been told.
Shut up.
Getting called out on channels is par for the course. I only care about it when it turns nasty. I've had some of the most evil shit said to me on Twitter because I don't rate Werner. Jaw dropping. It's Kuva. Do you know what? It leaves a really sour taste in my mouth. That's all I'm going to say. Especially especially as well when people go on about mental health and shit like that. But do you know what? It is what it is. I don't even know what else to say about it. But
you we've got some good shit. You can cause somebody really bad harm. So stop saying
it. Yeah, of course you could.
Stop
it.
Yeah,
of course you could. I don't know. But anyway. It is what it is. We've got some good football coming up. I love you too, John James. Big up Just Invincible says it's crazy how Arsenal, Liverpool and Chelsea fans are bantering each other over bottlers while City are just destroying everyone. I know. It's mad. It's mad.
But Invincible, you're not at the title race by any means. You've lost one game. I said earlier, I can't remember the last time you lost a game. So you're massively in the title race, that's for sure.
Yeah, of course. Well, they haven't lost this year until the weekend. It's the first time they've lost this year. AJ, I'm being rinsed on another channel, apparently. It is what it is. Remember when Everton beats Pep City 4-0 and everyone said Pep needed to change his style? People need to have patience. I think that's something that's sadly lacking within our fan base now, unfortunately. But like I say, if that's how they want to be, it's fine. I don't call people out and tell them that they're wrong. It's just the way they choose to be, and that's fine.
Ange does tweak things. He does. He does tweak things, but he does it very subtly. You know? He doesn't want to give things away because when you're a manager, you've got to keep things up your sleeve as well. As well as your system, you've got to keep other things up your sleeve to surprise the other team. Yeah, and that's what's the difference between a top manager. And I think he will learn to do it quicker. Yeah, because sometimes he's been criticised for doing it a bit later, right? A bit late. But it's only a criticism when we lose. When we win, because when we won against Brighton, Kate, right, he tweaked it very late. But everybody was saying, oh, Ange made the right substitutes because we bloody won the game. When we lose it, he's done it all wrong. So you've got to have some balance.
Anyone see that West Ham fan on Twitter calling for a Spurs fan to be stabbed? And in his bio said he was a MH ambassador for Mind. Mind had to release something saying he wasn't. These people are odd. What? No, I didn't. Afternoon, Paddy. You say it correctly, unlike other clowns in this fan base. Oh, Paddy, it's me that's getting it today, not Cooves. Skills. I haven't got any super chats today. I don't know why they're not popping up, but I've got nothing. I've just been through all the comments and everything, and I've got absolutely nothing, my love. So I'm sorry about that. I don't know what's happened there. Perhaps they didn't go through. Did Ellie just say to win the league, we need to keep things up our bum? Do Jim and Chang get attracted to bees and wasps with the colour of their shirt? Yeah, like walking sunflowers. Thank you for them both, even though they didn't appear. Thank you. Yeah, manners don't mean shit anymore. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, we've got some brilliant. I'm actually really excited.
Can I just say, I think that what you need to do is check that his super chats went through, so that the money's not been taken for nothing. Yeah,
I will. I don't think they haven't come through, so I will check in the back and see if they did, because I can refund them anyway if they did come through or whatever. But no, nothing's come through. Tomorrow, first of the Champions League semi-finals, second legs. I'm just going to ask everyone what they think the scores are going to be, because they should be great games, particularly the Wednesday games, but we'll do the Tuesday ones as well. Yeah, Barca, PSG. Barca just on 3-2 ahead away. Do you think Barcelona will push through, Ellie, and get to the next? Is it the final? Or
yeah, there's a super chat come through.
Oh yeah, Spurs GCTV. Thank you very much. Says big up, Kate. We never stop. Yes, we don't. We don't stop. Yeah. Do you think Barca will progress, Ellie?
Yes, I do. And Barcelona are the team that I love most out of all the foreign teams. I think their fans are fabulous. I think their stadium is brilliant. I just think everything about them, the way they play football on the front foot, very attractive. I love that about them. And I like that they're quite humble as well. They're not like PSG in your face, say, giving it the big I am and, with all their money and everything. I just think I like them. I like the way, obviously, lately their club's been run irresponsibly and they've lost a lot of things in terms of money, the money behind the club, and they've had to ask for extra help. But, every club goes through a stale period financially, and we did as well. Going back to the 90s, we did as well. And then Alan Sugar came in. So I just like them. I think they're better than PSG. They're a better club. They're better footballers, and they will win. I'm predicting a 3-1 win to Barcelona. Come on, Barca. Come on. Excellent. And I like Vinicius Junior because the way he's handled all the racism that's come against him. Very dignified.
He is a fantastic player as well. What but I agree. The way he's handled everything that's going on has been magnificent.
And even from his own fans as well.
Yeah, I know.
His own fans.
Disgraceful. Disgraceful. Chang, Barcelona, PSG. Are you with Ellie? Do you think that Barca will progress?
100%. If only this was a better Barcelona time, or rather, if this was a better period for if this is one of those periods for Barcelona to really come out on top and be one of the forces to be reckoned again in not only in Spain but in Europe as well. This is a glorious opportunity for them to get into the semi-finals. I would have loved to see Xavi given a few more seasons to manage Barcelona, but unfortunately, I think he has come out and said that this is going to be his final season with Barcelona. So I really do hope that Xavi goes out on a blast. He goes out with a bang and at the very least gets into the final. Although I think that would be still too far for us to tell for certain. But yeah, Barcelona PSG with 3-2 on aggregate. I can see them going through at the expense of PSG, and it's a good step in the right direction for them. It's just a crying shame, really, that Xavi won't be there for them next season.
Yeah, agreed. What score did you say, Chang? Sorry.
I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. Barcelona to beat Paris Saint-Germain by 2-1 at the Bernabeu.
I hear you, fam.
Sorry, is it the Nou Camp or the Bernabeu? Sorry, it's a Nou Camp.
The Nou Camp, yeah. I'm going to start doing that. Yeah, I get you, bruv. I get you, fam. Big up Lee Smithy Smith. Says, we all love you, Auntie Kate and Jimbo. Big up, Lee. Thank you for the super chat. You don't need to send super chats. Thank you, Lee Richards as well. Put shameful that one of our ladies is getting abused a day after our ladies team did this club proud. Trying this as a super chat. Hope it gets through. Thank you so much, Lee. Honestly,
it's easy to give abuse over a keyboard.
Yeah,
easy.
This is me.
Show your face.
I like sensible conversation better. I'm not one for shouting. What is the point? You know, it takes far too much energy. I haven't got the time for it. I've got too much stress in my own life without.
Well, I'll be at the North London derby. So if any wankers out there have got something to say, well, I'll be there. You can come and say it to me about my wife.
Right.
Let's see how
I'll
you
bring
get
my
on.
5 brothers with me as well as backup. Just as backup, Jim. Just as backup. I know you can handle them.
I'm an Arsenal fan. I like coming in because it's more about football truths and just slating each other. Big up Kate and Jim. That's why we try and be balanced. Joey put fuck you. Hell no, Joey. Please, bruv. No way, fam. You get me. Pause. Yeah. The lingo of today is jarring. I agree. Jimbo, how do you see? Yeah, exactly. Isn't it, bruv? Jimbo, how do you see the Barca game going?
Well, what was the score in the first leg? 2-1.
3-2 to Barca.
3-2. I think it'd be the same again. I'm going to go 3-2 Barca.
3-2 Barca. Wow.
Yeah. And who do they play? Who do they play, Kate? Who do they play if they get through?
They play the winner of Dortmund Atletico.
Oh, right. So they've got the easier run on paper. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Queen here and go 3-1 to Barca. I think they're going to be too strong. And yeah, the next one is Atletico Dortmund, which is 2-1. It finished. So what's this?
I think you Royal Kingdom, darling.
Shemtam saying I sent you 10 super chats at $5 each. Where's my refund? Big up, Shem. Thank you for the super chat.
So funny. I like when he calls me Hoy Pierre Fencing Core Burner.
Back Atletico to win the whole thing. Do you know what? A lot of people are saying it. A lot of people are predicting Atletico to win. Elly, again, how do you see Dortmund Atletico going?
A lot of abuse by Simeone on the touchline. No, being serious, sorry. I think Atletico will beat them, right? And then if they're playing Barcelona, they can do them as well, you know, because they're very tactically aware. They play for the badge, all their players. Simeone won't have anything less, right? And they've got to a few finals and lost them. So I'm banking on them getting to another final, I hope. And I hope it's against Man City, because then that'll be a very, very interesting final. Yeah.
Bill, I see what you're saying, give and take, but why are you in here watching me and then running over to the Hotspur Hood and telling them that I'm nearly crying because I'm being called out? Why? Why would you do that as a grown man? Why? Why would you do that? I don't call people out, so I just don't get it. But there you go.
Crying. I
didn't see no tears either, but apparently so. But you know, if that's how you want to live your life, that's up to you. If you want to run between YouTube channels, you crack on, sir. Big up, AJ says, we love you. Ignore pathetic little weasels. Ignore them, sister. They won't stop. Big up, John James. Yeah, one probably more, but yeah. Dortmund Atletico, Jimbo. How do you see that one going?
What's the score in the first leg?
2-1 to Atletico.
I'm going to go 2-1 to Dortmund.
Oh, interesting.
Bit controversial there, Jimbo.
And I'm going to say Dortmund are going to win in extra time.
Okay. Is Jimbo the first one I've come to?
Yeah.
Oh, good, because I thought I've lost the plot. My head's gone. Big up, Paul. Ellie, who do you fancy Dortmund Atletico in this round?
Well, I am Mediterranean, so I'm not going to go for the German team. I'm a bit biased when it comes to that. No, honestly, seriously, Atletico Madrid will go through, and I want them to get to the final as well. Because I love Barcelona, but I think I've got a soft spot for Atletico because even though Simeone's a right sod sometimes, I think he's a great manager, and I think he's the highest paid manager in the world, apparently.
He is, yeah.
Yeah. So he's doing something right. I just think he deserves some notoriety. And the Champions League is the creme de la creme, apart from the League Championship in the Prem. I think the Premiership's better, in my view, than winning the Champions League. But I hope he wins it because I think he's served his time at Atletico and he deserves something like that. I think he lost to Gareth Bale, didn't he, last time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So big up Atletico Madrid. Make it to the final and beat Manchester City. That's what I say.
So what was your score, really?
With Atletico Dortmund, 3-1 to Atletico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Chang, how do you see this? Jim's going with a Dortmund win in 90 minutes. Ellie's going with...
in extra time.
No, you've gone for Dortmund to win in 90 minutes, right? 2-1.
And you bet it's ain't Atletico winning 2-1.
Yeah, but I'm only doing a 90 minute. I'm only doing it over 90 minutes. 2-1. Yeah. Chang, what are you predicting?
I'm predicting it to be a draw. I feel that Dortmund are going to come out firing from the blocks, and Atletico Madrid are going to nick a counter-attack goal in the first half. But Dortmund will get, at the very least, a consolation in the second. And Atletico Madrid are going to see out the 90 minutes for a draw and go through on away goals. Or rather, they're going to go through on aggregate.
So 2-2.
It's going to be a 1-1 full-time draw. Yep, 1-1, correct.
I am going to do 2-1 Atletico. I just think they're looking good. They're looking good. But it's going to be a really tight game. It's a hard one to call. Oh, look, Drula's making a West Indian curry. Well, there you go. I'll tell you what, you Greek ladies are always in the kitchen. You're always cooking.
Yeah. It's because it's part of our bodies. Like we carry a kitchen with us behind us.
Then we've got the first game on Wednesday. I cannot wait for this game. Bayern Munich versus Arsenal. Chang, I'm going to come to you first on this one. How do you see this going?
I'm actually expecting a draw in the 90 minutes, and either one of these can nick it in extra time, but I feel Bayern Munich might just have the home advantage to see them through. I'm going for a 1-1 draw in 90 minutes, and Bayern Munich to score a late winner in added time, or the second half of added time. So it's going to be 1-1 for me in 90 minutes.
I've got my fingers crossed for that. Ellie, what about yourself? Bayern Munich versus Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm going to concur with Chang, but it's going to be a draw, 90 minutes. I think it's going to be 2-2 though. The same score as at the Emirates. And then I think Bayern Munich, it could go either way, but I'm going to go Bayern Munich to win because I want Harry Kane to get to at least the semi-final. He's already lost the league, the poor sod. Because they were confirmed champions yesterday, weren't they?
Yeah.
Leverkusen, they can't be caught.
Jimbo, what do you think?
What's this one?
Bayern Munich Arsenal.
What's the score? 2-2.
Yeah, from the first leg. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 3-1 Bayern.
Go on, Jimbo.
I'm going 3-2 Bayern. Who's
Jimbo,
offering it out at the
Jimbo.
North London derby? Like I said, if you give it out, then learn to take it, innit, bruv? Bill, the thing was, I didn't give it out. I give an opinion that's just been called out, and I don't like people going between because it's pathetic. But I just think maybe.
I've got to keep my mouth shut.
I think maybe this channel isn't for you, Bill. I think maybe you should fuck off, actually. Bayern 3-2 says Destiny.
Well done. I'm going to do
Woo,
my
Phil
Jamaican
P.
now. Woo.
I ain't having all this bollocks. If you don't like it, fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off.
Welcome back from Thailand, Phil P. I hope you've got a lovely tan. Harry Kane confirmed as the worst luck player in football history. Yeah. He won't be answering either because he's been timed out. He's one of our own. Was your criticism as a result of you, if you think Ange must change, then be Ange out comment? No, I think my criticism was of me, the fact saying that I don't think Ange can play the way he wants to play because he hasn't got the players. And I also said that I wanted Werner to sign, but I'm on the fence a little bit because I'm seeing more of the reason why he's not been picked up by anyone, which I'm allowed to change my opinion. I am allowed, I am allowed, just to put it out there. And I don't know, maybe because I'm not a negative Nancy and people don't like it. I don't know. Bill, I'm offering it out in the North London derby if you're going to be a bully. If the away goals rule was still a thing, we could have been in major trouble. Yeah, I totally agree. Just block that bollocks, Bill. Yeah, that's it, sister. Kick the twat out. I just don't need it. I'll have it with you, Bill, if you're up for it. I have an early appointment with a few Ashburton lads, but after that, I should have time for you. Honestly, you guys do make me laugh. Bill and Stelios, we should do a meet up because I'd love to. No, I don't condone violence.
No.
Exactly that, Cassandra. What a good quote. What is the point of a mind if it cannot be changed? What a great quote.
I don't condone violence.
Look at Elly, look. She's got big hands as well, Elly.
Knock him out.
You defended a fully grown man when I called him out for lying and told me to stop having a go at him, and now you're in here giving shit to others. You need to sort yourself out. In that case, I would get exactly the same criticism, Kate. Yeah, but you know what? It's easier when you're a woman. It's easier for people to direct criticism at a woman. That's how I see it anyway. Man United, Real Madrid, the final Champions League tie on Wednesday. Jimbo, how do you see this going? Obviously, this was a 3-3 at Real Madrid.
I think Madrid to go through. I'm going to go 2-1.
2-1 to 2-1 to Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Yeah. Okay. Jimbo, take a deep breath. Calm down. It's fine.
Yeah, because I can hear him. He's like the heavy breather.
I know. I can see he's really pissed off. So, yeah. Jimbo, take a deep breath. It is what it is.
Channel Cliff Richard. Channel the Cliff Richard,
People are always going to be bullied on here, and they're always going to call me out because I'm a woman. And do you know what? It's my fault. I should have just let it go over my head. But I had to say something because I just don't think it's necessary. Anyway, I'm going to shut up.
Don't say that. You're not to blame.
Rob Frank, don't come in here.
Something really good.
Rob Frank, don't come in here starting because otherwise you'll be going as well. I've seen you in that room. Just if you don't like what I've got to say, and if you don't like what I think and what I say, then just go. It's fine.
Yeah, Stel's not the guru of Tottenham.
No.
And if you're listening, Stel, you're not the guru of Tottenham.
There you go. Elly has spoken.
Don't mean you're the guru. You're not the be all and end all of what Tottenham fans are like. Sorry, but you're not.
Elly has spoken. We must all behold to the Queen.
That's right.
But
and
yeah,
my mum
Elly,
taught me that. Anybody who gets high and mighty, you can pin them down a bit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I thought we lived in a free speech society where we were all allowed to have an opinions, but apparently not. Apparently not.
We don't agree on Werner originally, did we? Because I said he's pants, and you were saying, "No, give him a chance, Ellie." And then I said, "Yeah, he's not too bad technically, but he's pants in front of goal." And I'll say it, right? I'm not like pampering to you, and you're not pampering to me.
No, of course not.
No.
And I've got the utmost respect for you, Ellie.
Yes, and likewise, ditto.
Yeah, and same with you and Mia. You've argued till the cows come home, but at the end of the day, you just say it's football. That's it.
I picked up the phone and had a half an hour chat with her. Yeah, after we've disagreed on things. Yeah. That's what we do.
Ellie doesn't need to start her own channel. She's part of this channel. Don't anyone steal her away from me. Ellie, City, Real Madrid. What are you thinking?
I reckon Real Madrid's going to win. Like Jimbo.
Okay.
And I want Man City to win, but I think Real Madrid will pip it because they're hurting from last season as well, where Man City done one over them. Right, and I think they've got that extra incentive to go to Man City. Do you know when they beat Man City as well? The previous year when they knocked them out in the semi-final, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, not last year, the year before that they knocked them out. I think they've got to be in their bonnet this time, and I think City aren't as good. We've seen that, even though they're top of the league, they haven't been as good as the previous seasons, in my opinion. Right, so I think Real Madrid might have that extra little bit of, oomph to get in there and give it to them, and I'm going to say 2-1 to Real Madrid.
That seems to be a popular scoreline.
Yeah.
Chang, are you on the Real Madrid train or the Man City train?
I'm on the Real Madrid train, although I think it's going to be a draw. I'm also predicting it to be a draw at a full time. Probably 2-2. I'll go for a full-time 2-2 scoreline. And Real Madrid are going to nick it as well in the second half of extra time, probably at the beginning of the second half of extra time. And yes, Real Madrid are going to go through to the semi-finals at Manchester City's expense.
Wow. I don't think, do you know what? I don't think people are doubting City because for me, they're the best team in the world. I just think Real Madrid in the Champions League switch something on and they're like monsters. But I'm going to go for Manchester City 2 and Real Madrid 4. I think Man City, look at Chang's face. I think Man City can be got at. But I do expect Madrid to just have that bit of extra something to get through. But yeah, City are the best team in the world. But like I say, I just think when it comes to the Champions League, Madrid are a different gravy. Afternoon Rodders. Yeah, look, Jimbo and Chang colour coordinated today. It's like we planned it. Joey and Phil P both think City will win. Quite possibly. It's one of those where
it could go either way. You can't. You can say what because you favour one team over the other at this given moment.
Yeah. But it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me either way if City win. It's the same with the Bayern Munich one. It wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal got through because they could really give a good reaction to the loss against Villa. But I just personally think going to the Allianz Arena with the team, I'm not being disrespectful when I say this to Arsenal, but they haven't been in the Champions League for a while. And I think it's that their experience Bayern is what's going to carry them through. Yeah. You remember the scores. I've written them down, Ed. We've got receipts. Don't worry. Mia, I know, mate, but I've never found him to be a bad bloke. It's an error in judgment. Nothing of telling off and a timeout can't sort out. 3-1 City, says Ed. Big up Henny says, Kate, we told you on Terrace, anyone not obsessed with Arsenal, I knew they would do it. City battered Madrid last season and we'll do it again. City have 2 defeats at the Etihad in 102. Is that right?
Well, we were one of them.
Yeah. Wow.
Go on, Harry Kane. On me.
I'm colour-coordinated with them. Well, I've got... Honestly, Joey, all I know is that game's going to be superb. I know it's so annoying because they're on at the same time again, so you can't watch one and then the other. It's so frustrating.
You know what's funny, Kate? Just before you go on, right? Do you know when we beat them 3-2 and Harry got the winner with his head, and then we drew with them this year, and Kulusevski, out of all the players, you wouldn't think he would be heading the ball.
I know, it's mad.
Shock.
Phil P giving a very detailed analysis of yesterday's game, saying technical analysis, the Gooners are gash. All the pressure's on Bayern because the league's gone, they have nothing else. Yeah, although I think there's a fair bit of pressure on Arteta as well, especially after they've dropped points. Last time Arsenal in a Champions League final, Jay wasn't even born. Wow, Jakey. Is that Jakey or Jay? Jakey. Well, we've come to the end of a show that was I'm a bit gutted, really, because I let it get derailed a bit, which I apologise for.
Yeah, I let him get to me. Now I'm going to lose my temper.
Yeah,
I'm pissed off with myself as well.
Your wife, Jim. You're protecting your missus. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I just don't. Do you know what? With all the shit that's going on in the world, we've got bloody wars going on. I just think, why? Why is it so necessary to be such wankers all the time?
I apologise for losing my temper in here.
Yeah, and I apologise.
I am fucked off. I can tell you that now.
I apologise for derailing the stream a little bit. It was unnecessary, but I just to get out how I was feeling.
You know when Mia says about if anybody attacks my children, it's similar to that. You want to protect your own, that's all. And when people are being nasty and making horrible comments, you want to stick up for yourselves, isn't it? Either one sticks up for the other because the other one thinks the other one's getting bullied.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with sticking up for your own and speaking up, Jimbo. You can apologise and you do it sincerely, but there's nothing wrong with protecting your own. Go on, Kate. I'll protect you. I've got 5 brothers still alive. 2 have died, but they're lucky 2 have died.
Don't apologise, Jim or Kate. Next time, ignore the clowns.
I shouldn't let them get to me. But...
I get emotional because it's so frustrating. Because
and this is why I get the ump. I should just stick to their own fucking channels.
It's not because I'm upset because I'm bothered, because it's not that they're calling me out at all. It's just because I just don't think there's any need for the fan base to be fractured.
No need for it. I know. And thinking you're right and other people are wrong in a vicious way. It's vicious. Stop it. It's not on.
I think I'm just going to say something right here, right now. Miss Kate, you just take a breather. Take a breather. Let me just say something right here. I think I've been keeping my silence for far too long about this matter. I know I try to appear to be very humble, very level-headed, very, down to earth on YouTube or even in real life. But honestly, if you had known me during my entire childhood or even during my younger days, I have been bullied because I've been different, because I speak English differently, because I support Spurs. I've had to fight my way into playgrounds during recess time. I've had to fight my way out of playgrounds into classes after recess. There is nothing lower and meaner that you can do to anybody in life than to pick on them, either because they are different or because you feel threatened by them because of their difference to you, or because you feel like you just needed a punching bag to let off whatever you think you have pent up inside you. Make no mistake, each and every single one of us have our own difficulties in life. We have our own trials, our own tribulations. We have our own ups and downs. If you think that being a keyboard warrior, trying to pick on someone else from a different continent, a different country, or for a different time zone, just because you feel like you can get away with it, make no mistake, you are dead wrong with what you are doing. I wouldn't necessarily come out and call any of you out, but please keep it respectable when you're on somebody's channel or somebody's stream, or even on somebody's gathering, whatever it is, whether it's in real life or online, whatever it is. You have absolutely no idea sometimes the things that you say to people. You might not feel it, no, but the people who you are directing all this vitriol and hates and just pent up angst at, some of these things, they do crazy things to people who are not all that right in here, especially those who don't have the willpower to deal with your nonsense. Whatever it is you think you are trying to say, please keep it out of here. We don't want any of it. If this was Spursration TV, you wouldn't be even timed out. You'll be kicked out and banned, or even worse still, you'll be reported. This should serve as a final and last warning to anyone here who feels that you have every right to come on just because you are paying for super chats, just because you have subscribed to memberships, just because you have liked the streams or follow the channel. There is absolutely no room for hatred, for racism, for discrimination of whatever sort. Keep it out, not only from this channel, but all of YouTube. Not even Spurs YouTube as well, all YouTube. That's all I have to say on this matter.
And Chang, I want to add to that, right? I'm part
You're right,
of her.
Kate.
Yeah.
You're right, Kate.
Yeah,
Right,
I'm fine.
I'm part of her game too, right? I've seen people abuse me when I'm playing football. I've seen them shout things at me. I've seen them scream and say that I'm a lesbian, this, that. I don't even care about the lesbian bit. It doesn't bother me, right? But they've abused me, right? And I've come out a stronger person. And when you start bullying people, it's disgraceful. It's absolutely no need for this. It's football. We've got difference of opinions. Just keep it like that. Keep it civil. Don't come into somebody else's room and start making them feel like shit because they've got a different opinion to you. It's wrong.
Yeah.
And it's got to be stopped now. All of you, stop it. Because it's wrong.
Thanks, Ellie. Chang, your words were very true. As someone who was bullied, I completely get what you're saying. I'm sorry for that absolute meltdown. It's just, I just don't see that it's necessary. And like Chang said, you never know what's going on in someone else's life. So little things can tip people over the edge. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want anybody's sympathy because I'm fine. It's just one of them days. So listen,
Yeah,
Elly
Kate,
and Chang.
we're all behind you, Kate. Whoever these bullies are, whoever you are, whether you've got a name or we know who you are, just stop it. It's not right.
But yes, anyone else want to say anything before we go?
No.
State of me. I look absolute state.
You look beautiful as usual, Kate.
Big up Colin, big up Jacob. I don't know if the missus has had her baby yet, but I hope she's doing well.
Yeah, she's well, Jacob.
Thank you to everyone for all your lovely comments. Honestly, it wasn't my intention to have a meltdown because I'm not that sort of person, but it's just one of them days. We all have them. Not been in the chat for a bit, been listening. Well said, Chang. We love you guys. Be used because we love who you are. Yeah, I just think on another note, Jimbo, can I take your wife out on the day? She's upset.
I love that. You see, that's where humour can heal a lot of ills. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Kuva comes into our room. He's so funny. You know, he's not got a hate in his vocabulary.
Yeah.
He's all smiles and joking, and why can't everybody be like that?
Yeah, exactly.
You have to dig people out for their football opinion, for God's sake.
Cuba, please don't rub your eyes then. Match your favourite shirt. I think they're already quite red. This is why I like makeup, because I can go and splodge it all on now. No one will be any the wiser. Thank you all so much for... Yeah, he didn't say no, Rodders. You're in there, son. You're in there. Jim didn't say no. And if you just give me some chocolate, that always works. Miss Coover's a fraud. Mr. Chang, spoken from the heart. Yeah, big up Chang. Very nice. And you, LA, lovely words. Don't understand some people. This channel and the others are like my happy place. And that is what I want it to be. We do speak when things are bad. We do debate when things aren't right. But there's a lot of people in this world that struggle with mental health, me included. So I want this to be a happy place. And if that makes me a happy clapper and pink and fluffy, then I don't care. because I know that I want people to turn this off and smile because they've had a laugh and they've enjoyed it. And hopefully we've spoke about football. We like to cover everything. It's just who we are. And if, like I say, I don't expect everyone to like it. And if you don't like it, then don't watch. So, yeah, this is a good final question.
Did you read the super chat?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, there was a super chat.
Oh, NS Sports Nippon says, "Oh, we're all with you." Did he say? Where is it? Sorry, I went past it. My mind's gone a bit. Yeah, we're all behind you. Thank you, Nippon.
Thank you, Nippon.
That's really sweet.
What a true gentleman he is as well. I've shared many a stream with him, and he doesn't get so many viewers, but his channel is growing in a way that he wants it to grow. Right? He's not at clickbaiter. He's not he's just himself. And that's what you are, Kate. You're just yourself. You come on, you talk Tottenham, and you what you believe in is what you believe in. If people don't like that and they're attacking the argument, that's different. When they're attacking you as a person, that's totally wrong.
Yeah, Jacob, it's all right. I'll speak to you later, I'm sure. Why is Bobby Kay not in here? I miss my daily insults.
Yeah.
Jim's safe on the stairs today. Don't worry about that. He's safe. Sorry, Drula's private messaged me and said that I've got her crying into her curry. I do apologise. It's very unusual that people see me cry because I'm very good at hiding it, but just today it got to me. I don't know why.
It's the new curry, the wet curry.
You don't realise that there are Spurs fans out there that are just waiting for the Spurs team to mess up for them to pounce on their own narrative. It is, Ellie, it really is. I'm not sure what that refers to. Jimbo, take Kate down the snooker club.
You know what? I was having a conversation with Jose today, and I said, everybody paints me as this Mrs. Nice girl, lovely girl, beautiful Ellie, lovely. Isn't she lovely? You don't know the real Ellie, mate. I will give it when I have to give it.
Go on, Ellie.
I'm a nice person, don't get me wrong, but if you turn against one of my mates and you make her feel like shit, I'm going to come at you. I'm not going to use violence, but I'll use my mouth.
Yeah. Big up James, the Tottenham fan as well, saying I love you all. Love you all so much. Thank you so much for the support. Ellie, when can we find you next, my lovely?
Well, supposedly 3 o'clock. But I don't know if I want to do it now because I'm very upset. I'm very upset at some people in this community, what they're like, and they've been doing it to many people. Yeah, so I'll see. I'll see where I'm at in about an hour's time.
Yeah. But Ellie, am I your mate and will you defend me? Says Rodders.
I will defend you, Rodders. Don't you worry. I'll be your best lady.
Mr. Chang, when can we find you next, sir?
So I'm expected to return to, I think it's going to be El Tel Cockerel this coming Wednesday. It's going to be a noon stream. It's either a noon stream or an 11 a.m. stream. I'm going to check with Senor Garcia. But yes, I will be doing Wednesdays, A View from Asia with Queen Ellie here. I need to apologize in advance to anyone who tuned in last Wednesday expecting a show, but I got the times mixed up. I thought it was going to be a Thursday, but it ended up being a Wednesday. So that is my fault on my part. That's totally on me.
You're
But
right,
this
Dave.
Wednesday, I'm going to make up for that. I am going to make up for that, and I will make doubly sure to not only make up
You know
for that,
what,
but to
Chang? You don't
clarify
have
some
to
of the
make
things
up
that I
for
mentioned.
anything, Chang. You don't have to make up for anything because just being you is enough for everybody.
Exactly that.
Thank
Chang.
you very
Those
much,
beautiful words that you just said, so eloquent.
Yeah.
What you had to go through. You know, I know I went through it as a football player, but in my life, I didn't have that in the playground. So big up to you, Chang, for saying all those really poignant words that should hit true to all these bullies.
100%, Chang. You're an absolute gentleman.
Gentlemen. I wish
Okay,
they, you know that song, I wish they could all be Californian. I wish they all could be Chang.
Yeah. We bow to Chang. He's marvelous.
Okay.
Yeah, it's lovely.
I'm losing it now, so I'm just gonna propel through before I lose it even further. Yeah, this Wednesday, I think it's the only show I have lined up because there are no weekend fixtures for us, so there won't be any watch-alongs over at Elta Cockerel and Talk and Ball. But next Monday, I believe we should be on again, Miss Kate.
And
Next Monday,
Friday,
in
if you're free Friday as well,
Friday,
Chang.
yeah, for the prediction.
Oh, definitely. Oh, yes. I forgot. Yes, I just remembered we have Fridays as well. Yes, I'm absolutely looking forward to it. So it's gonna be Wednesdays. Wednesdays with Queen Elly, and Fridays again with the lovely and wonderful Mr. and Mrs. Boxell. Here with Queen Elly again. I hope on Friday.
There you go. And
Thank you
and
very much
Thursday,
again
I'm
for
doing
everyone
another
having me.
membership. That's all right, Chang, always. And Thursday's another member show because they're proving to be so popular. I am going to do them weekly, at least till the end of the season. So, Jimbo, when are you on next?
I don't know, tomorrow, I think. With you.
Yeah, tomorrow with me.
I love him. Right direct, isn't you?
I'm due on the terrace tonight at 5.
Come on.
But I'm going to see how I feel at the minute.
I know how you feel. Kate, just soldier on, right? Because otherwise these bullies win. Yeah, don't let them win, right? Because they're not worth it. Right?
We need to see Jim in tears. Quick, Kate, tell him there's no BJ today. Thank you so much to everyone for the super chats. To Spurs GCTV, to Lee Richards, Lee Smithy Smith, Shemtan, Nippon, and James the Tottenham fan. Thank you. And Paddy Hartnett as well.
And
Sorry,
Paddy as well, yeah.
Up the leprechaun lovers.
You're going to
Have
say
a
any
great...
last words, Kate?
Have I got any last words?
Yeah.
Just be kind to people.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, and thank
Do
you.
unto others as they have done unto you.
I'm gonna be kind to Lee Smithy Smith because he phoned me up and he said I'll do the best Richarlison Prue. So this is for you, Lee Smithy Smith.
Exactly. But yeah, have a great day. Well, sorry about the stream. It's all a bit crap at the end. But and yeah, we will see you tomorrow at 12:30. And yeah, until then, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs ladies.
Come on, you Spurs.
Ladies.